of the leadership position, this family, their action and inaction will point to the generation of younger people and those who are even existing that are being exploited currently is enormous. And they don't understand the implication of this. And it is disheartening. It's heart-wrenching. Disheartening. Really, really disheartening. They are all chasing, all this money they feel they are getting cannot be compared to if they focus on the right thing. It cannot be compared. It cannot be compared. And they don't see it. And this is not about being educated. It's about doing the right thing. Thank you.
Thank you, Papa. Thank you, Aristocrat. This is what I've been saying right from the beginning, that we have to look at the bigger picture. If the justice is not served, right, this will affect the likes of mohbad to come. And look at what's happening now. It's not even yet buried. And people are already taking the same kind of pathway because they can see the light at their own tunnel, with their tunnel vision. They think, okay, yes, we can do the same thing. So that's the more reason why all the people that involved in mohbad's death should be brought to justice. All, including his whole record, they should be thoroughly investigated and bring them to come and pay for whatever they did. That's the way to have a clean slate. Then people can do their business confidently. All this young entrepreneur. It's very important that what you just phrase it. This is what I've been saying right from the beginning. If we say yes, we need to look at whoever killed him, but whoever killed him, they're not acting alone. You have to stop this. I mean, Papa, look at it. How many of those artists have ever come up forward since mohbad died? How many of them, including even his closest past?
None.
Come on.
When you say come forward, in what way? Speak up for the bullying?
Have they ever come forward to say they're defending the justice? Have they ever come forward to say what they know?
No. Okay. Gotcha.
Exactly.
No.
This thing needs to be stopped. It's a calabash that's ripe to be slapped against the wall and break them into pieces.
Sir.
I mean, can you imagine?
It's a nice what I heard this night.
Sir, please, I want to quickly buttress Mr. Aristocrat's point. Sir, I want to speak from the perspective of being a producer, as a music producer. There are a lot of things going on behind the scene.
Before you go to the line of producer.
Yeah.
Right. I wanted to also buttress or speak on what I said before as well.
Yeah, going to.
Okay. You heard what I said, right? A lot of people are already suffering it, and I'm ready to take it up.
Yeah, that is why
tomorrow. Spotify. Okay, good. You heard me.
Yeah,
okay,
that's why I'm coming. Thank you.
Gotcha.
Ma, you see, what I notice is that a lot of things going on behind the scene that is not open to the public. So, but let me use my own experience, for example. I hope I'm audible enough, right?
Yes, you are.
All right, thank you. I've met and I've worked with a lot of artists, a very talented artist I'm talking about here, that are really very scared. They were really, really terrified, as in beyond limit, to express their talent to the world, because they used to feel like, with what we are seeing going on all around now, what is the essence of trying to showcase my talent, which at the end of the day, my aim and my desire for trying to showcase my talent is to make people happy and earn money out of it, right? But at the end of the day, people are now waking up, realizing that, you see that money aspect of it, some people are already in that location, that money location. They wait for you I don't know if you guys are getting what I'm saying. Because, see, the secret here is that music, or let me say generally entertainment, is more like a money ritual. You understand? But some people, some set of people, reach that particular location earlier than some people. You get it, right? So they already see what is happening there. They have already understood how the game is, and they know what is coming through with that, with the aspect of the music, the entertainment industry. So that is why you will hear many artists saying, if you don't read the documents, like record deal documents, bro, let me tell you, there are a lot of things hidden in those documents that, if really exposed to anybody, right, you really don't want to go there. Okay, because literally, I had one of my artists like that, right? I just want to go straight to the point. He was proposed a record deal, right? So he didn't read the document very well because he was really, really hungry of going viral, because he's really very talented. So he was feeling like he's way behind the move. He wanted to get there very fast, with the situation and everything. So this guy went ahead and signed the documents, not knowing that in everything he earns out of his music career, he's having just 25% of it. And he is going to be under that label for straight up 7 good years. You understand? You see all that, right? Now, he does not have legal access or legal right to his name anymore. Once he already endorsed the document, the record deal document, it's literally already been bought without his knowledge. And that is the shit going on behind the scene that nobody is knowing about, or only people that have knowledge about it are into it already. It's very hard for them to go back. It's really very hard. And talking about the dropping of the music, you talked about Miss Jumai. I really want to get something right. I was trying to ask a question, but there wasn't no chance for me. You talked about dropping music. I want to understand what you mean actually. Dropping how? Do you mean release song?
So what happened with this particular individual is the same way, you feature somebody, you already sign, even if it's verbal, you sign up with them verbal, and before you know it, the same way you can't release the song, then they will now say, oh, because you, just like how mohbad left Malian music, started his own, and he couldn't get his royalty. Now that mohbad is dead, the likes of Demola, Wumi's brother, is telling this individual, you need to pay us some certain amount, we need to drop your music. Whereas this individual already has already signed up with Spotify. They're already playing his music on Spotify, the likes of Spotify, Pandora, and all that. I'm just giving you an instance. But this now, because the same intimidation, the same intimidation they're doing. Damola, who is Damola? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's annoying.
Let me just comment quickly here, right? This is what has been happening in the industry in general. Outside the case, Sosby can confirm that. Outside the case of Anidube, Kistaniel, right? He was lucky to manage himself out of his situation. Out of desperation, even mohbad said it in one of his interviews. He said, be careful. Don't be too desperate. He's using his own case as an example. He said, you might just, was speaking quietly with a meaningful face. He said, don't be in a rush and all those things. But the bottom line is the government needs to stay on top of this and have a constructive guiding rules that will go into law. And this is what is happening. It was discussed when mohbad passed. This was discussed briefly at the lower house, and then they
Yeah,
stopped. I
but
don't
you
know what
know, the
happened
likes of
afterwards.
they already see that Mohbad, because of the taxes
Yeah,
Mohbad is gonna pay, they already see that Mohbad has a lot of money better than they have. That's why they decide to play along with this stupid idiot, the likes of Darusha Damola Sheyi,
yeah,
saying that
yeah,
okay, we're gonna give government small tax. Let's do whatever we want to do the shit. That's why they're not giving mobile justice. So the
yeah,
likes of
yeah.
Damola, Sheyi, Wumi, and Co are playing with this new
It's
coming
just a
artist. The
replica.
same. They are
Yeah.
even, yeah, they are doing worse things than what Naira Marley
Yeah,
did to Mohbad.
yeah,
That's what is
yeah.
happening
They,
right now.
exactly the
For me,
perfect.
I'm ready
You
to
want to
take
say?
off one of Mohbad's friend tomorrow. I'm gonna start calling Spotify. I'm gonna start writing Spotify. I did America, yeah. The likes of Wumi. Every year go dey involved with this mobile money wey una dey chop. Hair nonsense wey she dey
Yeah,
do. Na
yeah.
nonsense. She just
Yeah.
doing nonsense.
So
Miss Joy,
Nonsense.
hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You see, right there, that's my point. All I've been saying so far, you just buttressed it. These guys, there are some set of people that already been in those locations. They already understand the game. That is why they are trying to overtake everything that is coming out of Mohbad. You get it now, right? Because I was trying to understand what you meant by dropping. So that is basically to release the song, right? So now the question is, why do you think they are forcing that particular individual to drop to drop the song? I don't know if you have had to ask yourself that question, because a lot of things behind that question. Why? Are they involved in that track? Are they featured in that track? Who are
No.
the artists in that track?
Oh
So
yeah.
obviously,
that is where you
obviously,
understand.
obviously, they
I was
can.
even meant to understand Mohbad started from a small doctor before I even joined Naira Marley. Malian. I was like, what? What the F? Really? This individual told us a lot today. Not Prime Boy has not even told us anything about mobile like this guy did. I felt so bad for this boy. I felt so bad. People are suffering now. Wumi and Co are now doing the same thing. What Malian did to Mobad is what
You see,
the likes of
and
Mumumi, Damola. Damola, who is Damola? Who is Damola telling you to drop your music? Hey God,
Emma, you see,
people are paint, I'm paint.
yeah,
Juices,
feel,
juice, no come where I dey again, no. You and your bookie JC. Muna go hear am. Wallahi, zaki chukutuman bro ubanki. Zan chukutuman bro ubanki. Juices, yes. I'm referring to you and your bookie JC. No come where I dey again. No come where I dey again, I swear. I'm saying it to people, I'm vexed, I'm annoyed. Jews, when they do what they did to Mohbad to your child, will you accept it? You're supporting Bukky JC. Bukky JC is not better than any of them. Bukky JC is also in the game. Period. I rest my case.
Power off.
oh, you see, Miss Jomo, in conclusion, right? I still want to employ Mr. Aristocraft point that we must try all our possible best to make sure that all these things comes to an end. You get it? Because if you can't stop it now, it's going to be a lot of big trouble. I mean, very, very big trouble. And we can see it playing out already. We must do something. That is why I'm really always pained anytime I see people defending lies when they see clear truth, but they still want to stay with the side of the lies and keep deceiving people. At least you can still make money being honest. Whatever, if you want to have crowd, you want to have traffic, yeah, you can have it and still be truthful at the same time. It doesn't stop nothing. So why do you want to be a liar and make money out of it to confuse people and bring havoc to your own country, to your own people? I will never understand that for real. It's always very, very, very painful. Just have to work
it's a kind
together.
of a vulnerable aspect of it. It's quite vulnerable because out of desperation, like I said, mohbad even said it. Out of desperation, he was referring to himself, how he got himself into problem. And he said, if you get into it, you might not be able to come back alive. I don't know whether you watched that interview. He was saying that you need to be careful. And this is what's happening because out of desperation, you want to, you're coming from whatever background, you just want to make your money. That's what
Yes, sir.
I'm thinking. So when they give you those paper, you don't read all the small print. Listen, you don't read all the small print, you sign all the dotted paper without you realizing you're signing something that could affect you in the very near future. Do you get me? When you said, I want to be your producer, I have the millions to make the advertisement to promote your some music and all that, and I find it very good. And they put this caveat document with all these hidden fraudulent lines, which you're not aware, unless you have a legal consultation before you sign those dotted that will interpret all those things to you. These are the process the government is put in place, not to realign this music business in Nigeria.
You know what? You see,
If you don't, this would be like kind of criteria document.
yes, but you know what? You see, Nigeria, we have a lot of way to go. And let me break this thing down from my experience of the music industry as a whole. The fault is on the part of the people just coming into the industry. The other one is on the part of the veteran in the industry before we go to that of the government. And this is what I meant. It is expected that the young talents that are coming up, who most of the time are from the woods, they faced all over the world. Most people that make money in creativity, they go through some upbringing that ignites their creativity. And they use their literature, saying their experiences, pulling it into poems, into acting, into music, and on and on and on and on. Now, it is expected that at that level, when they are exposed to little wealth, like Yoruba will say, "Owó tí ọmọdé bá kọ́kọ́ ní àkàrà lè fi jẹ." When a child is beginning to make money, they will use it to buy frivolous things. It is expected. Now, but these young talents in Nigeria do not meet a kind of organized standard where they can get resources that will guide them. This is what you do. When someone says they will help you, this is what is due to you, that is what is due to you. So you don't have huge expectation. And those things to understand that even this talent is like investment. When you invest today, you don't get big money. It's like building a career. It comes in trickle, and the more you keep to it, it gets bigger. Also, and this is most of their mistake. Now, assuming they have those resources, they will have known that you need a legal person. In Nigeria, legal is cheap, unlike abroad. And they will have understood that this is something they must do for them not to lose out at the end of the day. Because the money they think they will save by not paying the right amount to the law, they will lose larger than it in future. So that is number one. Number two, the veteran that has been in the industry, they refuse to use their own experiences to create a more robust industry for themselves. They refuse to. So when young ones are being enlisted, they don't see guidance. And everybody blames the government. No. Also, because if they are able to do guidance for those young ones, they will tell them, come. If it's like in America or Britain, if you are in acting, if you graduate from acting school, or even you are a model, you must sign with an agency to get acting job. You cannot get acting job on your own. There is an agency. The agency will look for job for you. They will collect their percentage. You begin to understand that. But it's never common because government usually don't understand industry the way the practitioners understand it. Therefore, the practitioners must be engaging with the government in order for them to build the right system so that when people are listening into it, they understand the intricacy. Let's look at America today. When it comes to music, it's the biggest music industry in the world. But America also have their own problems of label, big corporation buying people's catalog. You sing for them the way they do their industry. You are a singer, you are not a writer. You are a producer, you are not, and all that. They created it in a way that will pay them. Even with the exposure and involvement of the government, there are still a lot of unshady business. Let's compare it to Nigeria. That is not even organized. Thank God to Osika. In the last regime of Buhari, Osita engaged with the government. They put them in some, I don't know how far they'll be able to do that. I think with the new minister of tourism or whatever, creative and all that, I think they are doing something. So there is need for practitioners to do what is right, to build it. Now to the government. There is need for government to look at the creative industry and understand that creative industry is as big as Nigeria oil today. And if they want to benefit from it, which is taxes that they need to benefit, they must be able to empower the system and give them some time for gestation for them to build themselves in a way that it will run into $1 trillion industry. It can't be done alone. And one of the problems with Nigerian government is this. Let's look at Nollywood. If not for private investment in Nollywood, Nollywood will not be what it is today if it is government. Yes, government will do their own. Yes, private will carry it. But government business in economy is to set the framework, is to understand that they are the owner of the policies, and policies don't emanate from heaven. It is the practitioner of an industry that will help government to fine-tune the policy. And through regular engagement, they will be able to do it. Therefore, if the industry is such that P-Man, for example, makes itself accessible for younger generation. This man, Tony Okoroji, who used to be chairman of P-Man in the late 80s, today is the chairman of Nigeria royalty, whatever. He is a musician and is there. If these young people go through them, they will be guided. They will lose many things. But most of the time, they are naira-wise, pound foolish. They are always looking at, if we go through the right corner, they will tax us. How much is the tax government will collect than you hobnobbing with people that will ensure that you drop a very good music and the money stream is getting higher and they find a way to acquire you, that you will never even have access to that money. Or they will intimidate you in a way that you will not have access to whatever royalty that might come. Today, we have a lot of streaming platform that is bringing money, unlike in the 90s or early 2000s. So why are Nigerians not exploring and taking opportunity of this? Because until these things happen, younger generation will always be taken advantage of. And they have warlords, or what will I say, godfathers, that we continue to ensure that people do not see the light. It is a collective responsibility. Collective responsibility that everybody in that industry must put their hand. And it is very shameful. I remember when I was talking about this mohbad thing with some industry leaders, and some of them will say, we are not in the association. We are not in the association. I asked some people why the likes of P-Man and the other body were not involved in Mohbad's case. You know what they told me? They said, he's not our member. How can we fight for a non-member? Because all these youngsters that their materials can bring a lot of money, they refuse to join the association. And I don't blame them, because the meaning of the association to them is that associations are meant to chop their money and not give them any services. So there is a lot to be done. Associations of black musicians in America, they do a whole lot of things. America has the largest population of musicians ever in the world. But it's not all of them that we listen to. It's not all of them. There are talent everywhere in America, just like it's in Nigeria. Anyone that have traveled the length and breadth of America will see that. But even at that, it is only like 30% of them that we see that are making it, or 25% that are making it. There are a whole lot of them, but they are protected by their industry and also in a way by the government. And how are they protected? Because they also are responsible to the government. So they always hold government responsible. In Nigeria, these professionals are not responsible. Let's liken the creative world, the music industry, with that of the law, with that of the engineers, or with the architects, or the medical association. As much as we see the decades, the corruption, which is an old societal thing, you can see how these associations are trying their best to sanitize their industry, to make sure that they are holding themselves to high standard. It can never be done overnight. It can never be done. So really, it's good to fight for these people. But just like they added, a baby that refuses to stretch hand for the mother to carry, the mother will not carry the baby. If the baby is crying, the mother might think it is the diaper that is wet or is hungry. But the baby just needs some cuddling. Raise your hand up and people will help you. God has given us idea. They must act. If it is not when they are in trouble, when there is death, that they will be calling on the public to come and help them. They also need to help themselves.
The way I look at it, aristocrat, is the, when you look at the case of P-Man, for example, when P-Man was formed, remember the battle between Sonny Ade and Abiru and all that?
Yes, that case.
Which was asked to pay just 1 penny.
Yes.
1 penny or something like that.
It was Ganifawa Emi that handled that case now.
Yeah. And when you look into that case to refer back to, I think the government needs to demonstrate for Lagos State. I will use that word because Lagos is where all these southern artists coming from.
Yeah. Lagos State is the market. It's the main market.
And Lagos State, for them to have a framework is a lot easier because they already got so many things similar. The taxes are working somehow and all those things. Why can they have a registered house that all these young, whatever, maybe just cost them like 100 naira, 500 naira, 1,000 naira to do the registration first? Then once you have that registered, you have the license, right? So if you take it to any of those producers, they then are aware, it acts like a checks and balances, that we know this guy registered with us. And if the guy now signed any document, or before he signed any document, they need to go back to that house for review, like a template. So it won't be a personal document coming from the producer.
Yeah.
That kind of give a bit of transparency in between.
Yes, they can do that. But the way it will work is like having a proper regulatory body, that it will be like they create it in a way that because of the prevailing circumstances, whatever document you sign, if you are a member of, you register with it, you need to come and present a copy of your contract. They will review it, and if they see any abnormalities, they will challenge it.
Exactly. Because you find out all these people, they're vulnerable.
You are extremely right. You are extremely right. A lot of things that the government needs to do. But just as it is, like I was telling someone, it's like when you go to the governor of a state or president, you are saying plenty things, saying a whole lot of things. They are faced with myriad of issues. It is the people with issue that shout the loudest that they will pay attention to per time. So if you that have issue do not shout, they believe you are okay, but you are not okay.
Yeah.
Because they will just see it as, okay, this one is very, very important. Let us resolve it before it talks to. And that is it. Every industry need to shout to the government to get their attention. If you keep quiet, they're not going to help you. Today, Nigerian government is seeing how musicians are making money. They are seeing how they are making money, but they are still finding it difficult to even see how they can benefit from it, because most of the money they are making is in the international space. Now, Lagos State has a very structured way. I remember, you remember some years ago when Lagos State was dealing with creative people, content, musicians and actors, telling them to pay their tax. Most of them, I remember AY, that now said, no, he's using his hometown address. You are living in Lagos. You are making business in Lagos. Because by law of taxation, it is your resident. You are now using your village resident. So you are making money. People in Lagos are buying your product in Lagos, but you want to be paying your tax to your home state. That did not give you opportunity to grow. You can see what they do. And you will see some, with all the money they are making, they are still invading how to pay tax to government. They don't want, they always evade tax. They evade tax. What they rather talk about is government did not provide light, government did not provide that. But the truth of the matter is, if you want government to help you in your challenges, you yourself, you need to give government something. Government should be seeing that they are collecting tax from you. And government will say, if we don't help these people, if they don't earn more money, we cannot earn more tax. If you say 20% of their annual income, if they make 1 million, which means you collect how much? 200,000. If they make 1 billion,
they collect 2 million.
It means I'm saying. So the more the income, the more the income of the citizen, the more the tax income to the government.
The tax.
It's just the ratio.
Exactly.
So if you are earning 10,000 and they want to collect 20%, you only give them 2,000 from your 20,000. It then means that if you have 1 million, if you have 100 million, and this is where the twist is, an average citizen, when they are earning more, do we feel that money you are paying because the government has bigger power to bring people to stand. Imagine a record label like what you just suggested. They take the document, give government one. Before it comes to law, they will review it. If they see anything that is not balanced, they will challenge it. Imagine government doing that. Who are they protecting? They are protecting everybody. And they are trying to guide against Shylock record labels. So everybody is happy. Everybody is happy. Government will collect its percentage. Record label will collect its percentage. The artists too will collect their percentage. Everybody is happy. And they will reduce the casualties.
It's a win-win situation. Yeah.
Yes. You will reduce the debt. You will reduce the casualty.
Yeah.
And more people will want to come to that industry, and more investors will want to invest, because they will say Nigerian music industry is well organized. Everybody is protected.
Yeah, but at the moment, it's like a wide west.
No, it's a wide west. It's a banana republic. Survival of the fittest. Survival of the fittest, no? And there is talent everywhere. Oh man, talent.
Honestly, and you know one thing that you said that makes me think. When you look at the ways that the African music, especially Nigerian music, has been acceptable to the whole world, It's another way for the government to actually look into thoroughly and make
Yes,
more money.
It's a big gold mine.
Yeah.
The money in music and film is more than the oil we are collecting, and it's cool money. No derogation of the environment, nothing.
No mago, exactly.
It is happiness. These people, even that industry, we make the people happier because they are entertaining.
Yeah.
It is bringing happiness to others. Just like is it Akwa Ibom that has Ministry of is Imo State that created Ministry of Happiness when this man Ewele Onitsha, former governor of Imo, I think he's dead now, Okorocha, Rochas Okorocha. He put his sister to be commissioner for happiness in his state. in Akwa Ibom now, the governor too, I think he created happiness ministry. The fact is this, the name might sound funny, but it is a ministry that should be creating life-work balance. That should be it, because what it should do is to help to boost productivity of the workers. And I think that is what the creative industry is to Nigeria. But the twist to it is this: it can be even the only source of income to Nigeria if it is well managed. If it is well managed, everything is well managed. It will be like footballer. Everything is well managed. The agent collects his money, the country collects his tax, the football, everybody is paid, and everybody will live big. They will live big. But people, one of the problems is also this African mentality. Africans mostly think less. They don't think big. They don't see the bigger pictures. They always see now. They don't see future. And they don't understand that the richest man in the world today started from nothing. They built their wealth. You don't get rich overnight. You build it. And you begin to create connection, and you begin to establish collaboration. And that is how you can be rich. You can't be wealth does not come by one single man effort. It comes by the person seeking help, applying him or herself to the industry he is, and taking risk, calculated risk, and seeking for help when needed. That is how you make wealth. That is how you make wealth, and ensure that you don't mix your personal money with business money. You don't use your personal money to go and run your business. You are looking for trouble. You are looking for trouble.
Exactly.
Because people just need to get it. People need to. A lot of things have to be done, and it will help us. Man, at times I look at this, I just say, now wow. You see all this young creative guy. When I was doing music promotion and all that, times when I was doing little production in the studio, I would just be laughing. I'll be looking at them, because anytime I engage them and I see their thought, all they want is to blow. If they want to blow, if you look at their horizon, very, very limited. And I was saying, do you know you can make the say, but sir, if you know my story, I don't suffer. I say, wait till you suffer. I make it 19-year-old, 21-year-old, we say I don't suffer. Wait till you suffer. You never suffer, Jack. If you think, say you don't suffer, and you just want to eat the money loud, use it to buy designer now, use it to carry girls, use it to take loud and drive car and live in some houses, you find out that you will suffer till you die, because you will destroy your talent at the end of the day. So you don't suffer. You never see suffer if you don't do them well. Most of them don't have that open mind. They don't. And it is well, Sha. It is well. It is well.
I just pray that, I just pray somehow if we can have a good justice on this, that will act as a deterrent for people who wants to take law into their hands.
Yes, sir. Because really, crime.
The way Juma was saying.
Is it for me?
But
When
this new
people
guy now, they
understand,
already think, okay, they got away with it, so they can do whatever they want.
yes, now, you know, when people have that sense that Shebi Lagbaja did it, they got away with it. All of them will be doing it now, and they will be thinking of better way to get away with it. You continue to get away with it, and it will not become an institution.
Perfect the imperfection. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It will not. It will become an institution that you can't fight, and you now be crying wolf. Well, it is well.
It is well. Anyway,
oh, thank you,
my brother. I have to leave you.
Yeah, me too. I gotta go.
Tomorrow is another day.
Yes, sir.
Then. Take care.
Hey, Baba. Good night.
Bye.
Hello. Can people hear me? Hello.
We can hear you, Barama.
Oh, wow.
Everybody has left. So
Yes, left and right. I was just hearing bass goes like everybody got pissed off. Make justice no go let them break in head one day for it.
I need to sleep with all the women and so.
Before they will say anything, you'll be hearing my